So I've been driving the Civic around for like a month now with the Swift Springs. It feels pretty good, better than stock, but it might not just be enough. And that is why we've got ourselves this bad boy. This is a white line 22mm sway bar that we're going to be throwing on the rear of the Civic. Apparently it's super hard to do the front sway bar. So first things first, you got to move this piece of junk out of the way because it has a broken axle. Now this thing isn't exactly a slouch, but it would be more fun if it took corners like it was on rails. This is actually the perfect testing spot. Usually you can kind of feel that it wants to understeer, but it won't actually. I'm pretty sure that time it actually understeered, which is fucking awesome. So now we can throw on the sway bar and see if it doesn't. Just gotta take care of the annoying stuff first. Lots and lots of mosquitoes. We're also going to be doing my front brake pads because somehow they're already done, so they're screaming at me, they're squealing, they're fucking and at me. So I guess we're going to do that too. But sway bar, fingers crossed, is easy. There's only 4 bolts. Mosquitoes are trying to sting the damn tripod too. But it's only 4 bolts, but y'all know how that kind of stuff goes. Right off the bat, I went to put this stupid fucking wheel on the ground. And I tried to move this thing, and I moved it real quick, and then I went to put the wheel down, and it fucking flung back because it's like fucking corded. I got a little boo-boo. Does not feel very good. It's not want to focus either. Oh, not super sick. I didn't see it because I had a glove on, which is probably a good thing, but it felt like it lifted my whole fucking nail off the fucking hand. I don't even want to think about what that looked like, but it kind of fucking hurts, but I'm gonna keep on going. That thing was a pain in the ass to get out of there. I'm thinking if I put the brackets on after the sway bar's in there, hopefully I can get it in. It is a little bit thicker than this one, but we got her out. We got our new versus our old here. Obviously this is the old, this is the new. Now visually, You can tell that the new one's a bit thicker. I believe this one is 16.5, this one is 22. But especially just lifting it up, like this is very easy to lift up. This one is pretty fucking hefty. It's gotta be twice as heavy. Supposedly, according to Whiteline, this will be like around 200% stiffer. And we've also got new end links. We're using the ones off an Accord of the same year, pretty much, because these OEM Civic ones are plastic, which is honestly a testament to how little the sway bar is doing. If you can make the end links out of plastic, it's probably not doing very much. So these Accord ones are all aluminum, which should handle the task just fine. Now we're gonna go ahead and put these bushings on there, lube them up, put them on the sway bar, and then throw everything back together. God damn, boy. But what the hell? I'm an idiot. Number one. My energy is starting to fade. I think we need to pull off the lower control arm in order to fit the sway bar in there. I tried jamming it using a freaking crowbar. Tried hammering, not happening. So when we could work around that, because that's one less step, but I think it'll just slide right in if we can take off just one of the lower control arms, because I've got it basically in the slot on the passenger side, but then I can't get on the driver's side, so I'm gonna pop that lower control arm off. Very thirsty, a little bit hungry, but we're gonna keep on moving forward. That definitely did the trick. Real show, I didn't film much of the reinstall because I was being a little angry boy, but we've got everything back together and all tight. The top of the two sway bar bushing bracket bolts is a pain in the ass because it's all lubed up and your fucking gloves are all lubed up and slippery. And yeah, it's just a pain in the ass because you can't really see it, and you have to put, if you're not actively pushing the bracket onto the bushing, it'll fucking like flop off of there. So it's just me, and I gotta fucking push the bolt on while trying to screw it in. I low-key just kind of sent it. I got like a long extension and just pushed in on it while I was tightening it. Luckily, I didn't like cross-thread or anything, but it worked out just fine. So starting on this side, we got sway bar bushing. Let me turn the brightness up. Sway bar, end link, bolt tight. This one's already tight. This is the sway bar end link, the new Accord one. You see the sway bar right here. This is where the bushing and the bracket is. There's a bolt right there, all tight. There's a sway bar. Same thing on this side. Bushing bracket tight. We've got the end link, bolt tight. End link's tight on the sway bar. And then we tighten that lower control arm bolt back up. So we should be all good to go now. We can throw the wheels back on and see how it feels. Bro, I just took this thing off the charger and it's already dead. I can tell I'm growing up because I started using my torque wrench for stuff instead of just winging it. giving it a couple zaps. Even though, to be fair, I've only used it on the wheels and not everything else, so we still got some room to grow. Just left the fucking jack underneath the car and drove over it to leave the garage. I ran it over, I was like, what the fuck did I just run over? So I'm kind of an imbecile, not gonna lie, shout out Squidward. But here we go. Let's see what it feels like, see if we notice any difference. Hopefully we notice a difference, or else that would be disappointing. Seems a little stiffier. A little stiffy iffy, sticky blicky, Might have to hold it. Because if I fucking whip this thing like I want to, the camera's gonna go fucking flying. Yeah. Here's a real test. Ooh. It do feel a little stiffier though. Feels good. Wait, you can definitely tell a difference. You can definitely tell that the rear is stiffer than the front, but it feels good. I really want to try and fucking do like a power slide around the corner. That'd be fucking sick. Or like a U-turn power slide. It could be in my head, but it definitely feels more responsive. Like, especially with the steering feel, it feels like when I'm making inputs, it's like it's actually as sharp as I want it to be, if that makes sense. Like I can make those same inputs before, but it didn't feel the same way, I guess. Now we're gonna go do the corner test. Alright, so I think just naturally on that turn you kind of lose grip. I don't know why, but both times I felt like I almost completely lost grip, which is a little crazy. But that time it did feel more balanced. Like it felt like the rear wanted to slip as much as the front, and beforehand the front just like felt like no traction. But yeah, definitely feels fucking cool. I'm excited to actually take it on the main road, and I'll report back. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. If you liked it, drop a like, comment, subscribe. Catch you guys next time. We got some cool E36 stuff coming. Stay tuned. Catch you later. What else are we gonna be doing my front brake pads? Because somehow, I think it just had a stroke right there.